Soul Special Sanctuary or back to Soul Special Studies. Okay, and we're going to discuss a major topic that is very pertinent. You all that's been with me for a long time know that this is one of my favorite topics, and we're going to be discussing Mercury retrograde. Okay, it's set to start today, actually on the 23rd. So when you get this, it will be the 23rd, and we're going to discuss some of the attributes that has to deal with work, money, and romance. Now, I don't know where that's going to lie with you in this particular cycle, but just know that this cycle starts pretty much from now until the 15th of September. So we have a 3.5 span of Mercury retrograde energy. I know that you kind of frowning up. I can hear the groans. Okay, I can feel it. I can sense it. I know this is not something you want to tangle with, but please believe Mercury retrograde plays a very vital role in our life. It's really a gift from the universe, okay? It comes a time when we have to go back to the past, okay? So it is possible that person or a person from the past will pop back up into your life, okay? It happens. Usually people are not too happy about it. Sometimes maybe you will be, because maybe you're going to redefine your relationship. But right now we're going to deal with 5 words. And the reason why I chose 5 is because Mercury rules the number 5. Okay? So we're going to talk about 5 attributes that pertain to Mercury retrograde. And as you know, everything about Mercury retrograde stems from the what? The re. It's the re factor. Okay? Just remember, it's the re factor. So whenever you hear me say Mercury retrograde, you know you got to read something. Okay? And one of those things in regards to work, money, and romance is that you may have to rework something. You may have to rework your methods. Okay, you may have to rework the way you handle your relationship. You may have to rework your money. You know what I'm saying? You're going to have to go back and see how to work with that issue. Okay? Another thing that we do during Mercury retrograde is what I just discussed. We redo stuff. Okay? You may need to redo a room. Okay? You may need to redo the assignment. Okay? You may need to redo your hair over and over and over. This is what's going on with the Mercury retrograde energies. Okay, see how fun it's getting? Okay, so another major read during Mercury retrograde is oftentimes, as I mentioned, there's a return. Okay. So this could be someone you haven't seen in a while, okay? This could be something returned to you in the mail. Maybe it was incomplete, okay? Maybe you need to return to a previous employer, okay? So maybe that's open to you. And this is the perfect time to go back to the past. There are no mistakes in going back to the past, okay? It's just a matter of decision making, right? But you don't have to. But the opportunity is there. That's what Mercury retrograde is for, okay? If you want to return to that relationship, this will be the time to do that, okay? We'll probably open up space for you to develop your relationship better, okay? In regards to that, the next word is reconnect. Okay, so this is a time to reconnect. Okay, maybe for some of you this is a good time to reconnect with yourself, to reconnect with family, old friends, old associates. But whatever it is, you have full power, and you can do all the reconnecting that you need to do. Sometimes when I see reconnecting, I keep hearing, and this is my intuitiveness, but for some of you, it's got a lot to do with your network. Okay, so I'm just going to put that under there. So some of you have networks or a network that you have been out of. You may need to get back into it. For instance, like LinkedIn. Okay, maybe you haven't used your LinkedIn in a while. This will be the time to go back and reconnect with those professionals in LinkedIn. Okay, and my last contribution to this subject is rethink. Okay, you may need to rethink your options right now. You may need to rethink that store. You may need to rethink that idea. It's just being in your head, but it's definitely the time to rethink whatever it is that's bothering you, whatever it is that you think that you need to return to or redo. Perfect time to rethink it, okay, before you actually tackle it. Okay, so this is some of the attributes, bullet points that you can just add to your repertoire here at So Special Studies in order to gain more information or a better understanding of how Mercury retrograde works. So let's not be hating on Mercury. Mercury is the planet of mass communication, okay? And without mass communication, we'll have no progress. So I'm wishing all of you the best of luck in regards to Mercury retrograde in this cycle. Again, it's from now until September the 15th. If you have any extra questions or any points that you would like for me to tap into and talk about, let me know in the description box, and I'll see you all at the tarot forecast. Okay, so take care. So OCs, welcome back to So Special for another special report. This is the Mercury retrograde report, which happens to be in Virgo this cycle. Okay, so our last Mercury retrograde was in Taurus, and the one that's coming up at the end of the year will be in Capricorn. So it's all about the earthlings. Okay, so it doesn't matter what house you're born in, the effects are coming out of Virgo. Okay, and so we're going to go ahead and describe your experience for this Mercury retrograde. I hope you enjoyed the lesson, that you got a lot out of it. That's why I want you to go ahead and support this channel, because you're going to be growing a lot with your thumbs. Also, a love seed will be very much appreciated. I'm even grateful for the thought, because it's all about developing, right? So education ain't free, so I definitely appreciate a love gift. And I really appreciate when you take these courses seriously, okay? Because it really helps you live your life. Mercury retrograde, y'all know that's one of my favorite subjects, okay? I come to appreciate Mercury retrograde, even be very grateful for it. And in this cycle, you will be experiencing, or it will be an event that circles around, or that is described as El Jabon, okay? So soap, El Jabon, being clean. Maybe this is an issue. Maybe it's got something to do with the work that you do. You know, if you're clinical, you know you have to be clean. If you're working in restaurants, you know you have to keep those hands clean. If you're a mechanic, please keep your hands clean. Keep your nails clean. There's something about being clean here. And you are described in the El Jabon energy and events for Mercury retrograde in this cycle. Let's find out what the root of that is for our Taurus, Virgos, and Capricorns. What is the root of El Jabon? El Jabon. I want. Okay. And you have red flowers here too. I always pay attention sometimes to those colors when it shows up. Not every time, but sometimes my intuition lets me know the color is important. The color red is important. It can relate to several things. Blood. Okay, we're talking about washing your hands, right? You get poked, you know, cuts, slits, things like that. We talked about mechanics. Um, Definitely love and anger. Okay. So let's see. I tending to, having the nature of, okay, expressing tendency, disposition, a function, or a connection. Remember, Mercury retrograde, one of our words is what? Reconnect, okay? And then we're dealing with the ONT, which deals with your optical network terminal, or it also deals with just being. And that's why I know that meditation periods before these readings, forecasts, lessons, whatever we're doing at the time are necessary, because prior to this, during meditation, I wrote down 4 things that this Mercury retrograde could represent, or what we may be dealing with, and it deals with terminals. That's one of the first things I wrote: terminals, people, paperwork, and jobs. Okay, those 5 bullet points: rework, redo, return, reconnect, and rethink. Okay, so the optical network terminal fits that lesson completely. Okay, so you have I've on. Okay, and I see we got a little yellow here, which lets me know that somebody's got to have to have a little knowledge base, have to be smart about something. Okay, you got to have it to do it. You got to know it to do it, right? That's what's going on. Clack. Let's see what your oracle message would be regarding this cycle's Mercury retrograde. I know it's not easy, huh? But it's really a blessing in disguise, okay? You know, Mercury retrograde really comes to show things up. Okay? It puts a magnifying glass on things. It puts the spotlight on things that needs to be repaired. Okay? Things you need to look at again, you know? Things that need to be reconsidered. Okay. It's also a time, as I told you, when we had Mercury retrograde in Taurus, you often get that one-time help that you need. Okay. And you have Mason. Okay. I don't know if we're dealing with Mason jars. You know, if you're dealing with someone that is a Mason, that's in that society. And I don't know why I get this out of this card sometimes, but your mother's son, I get that. Your mother's son. Or your son. Your mother's son or your son. I know this sounds weird, but that's, maybe you don't have a connection with them or something. I don't know. Maybe it's a god brother or something. I don't know. Okay? Well, let's find out what's happening. Okay? What's going on for earth signs, for the earthlings in this Mercury retrograde period? Okay? Elabon. The J is like ha. Okay, soft like ha. Okay, Elabon. Soap. You represented by the soap. Hell, it might be a soap opera. You know what I'm saying? We get ready to find out. Okay, it might be with this two cups. It's the expected energy, so it's coming out of community and family. This could also be the job site. When I see the 10 of Cups as a job site, that lets me know there's a lot of closeness there. People feel at home with each other. You feel like family. You feel like you're really a part of the group, right? Okay, yeah, because there's been some lonely nights up in here. Some of you may be returning to family, to community, okay? It's been some things also hidden, that something disconcerting going on here. Okay, it was hidden and disconcerting. Okay. Now, you may get a shocking revelation or like a realization, a shocking realization about this past thing, this thing that was hidden, this thing, this romance in the past. There was, for some of you, there was some romance here. And this is either in the community or the working community here. But there is a reconnection. Yeah, there's going to be a tendency to reconnect here. Okay? But I'm really feeling like for some of you, this is at the job site. For another, this is the community where you visit or go to. This is family. Okay? There was something disconcerting in this relationship or with this group, and there's a realization here. I don't know if this has already happened or it will. Okay? So yeah, somebody's gonna take a chance. Okay, this is my chance. Okay, a leap of faith to get back in, to reconnect. Okay, to reconnect. Okay. I really feel like this feels more like soap opera energy, okay? But it may also represent having to come clean. Didn't I say something about things being hidden? It could have been another romance, because oftentimes the moon represents romance, okay? And now you're able to see something very clearly now after you get this Uranian wake-up call, okay? Now, fire is coming out of this, okay? Fire. I don't know why. I don't know if it's something cooking, if it's going to be a fire, you know, if it came out of the fire, if it's just maybe where you work, you use flames to cook things, like open flames, like hibachi grills, and maybe, you know, like they have Burger King has the flame broils and things of that nature. I don't know. But there was a recollection around this. Maybe you was cooking. Whatever it is had to do with something hot. When you get this recollection. When you have this serious realization. When Uranus hits you with enlightenment, it'll be around fire. Okay? Some type of heat. Okay? But I'm definitely feeling a reconnection to family. Some of you, this could actually be your family as well. After it's stemming from some hidden things and some things that need to be, that the universe is going to recall you to or help you realize. The word is really a realization about something. There's a realization about this. And people may have to come clean. It may have to do with a godson, a god brother, or your mama's son, or organization. Maybe you sipping out of a mason jar when you have this realization. But whatever it is, this realization is going to lead you to follow your heart. Okay, to go back. Okay, it's time for that, to go back from whence you came. Do not go anywhere you haven't been before during Mercury retrograde. Okay, it's not time for nothing new. You need to resolve the past. Okay, if you're not resolving, then you should be repairing. Whatever it is, this is what Mercury retrograde gives us permission to do. It grants us the blessing of the recovery. Okay, so I see that. Then I say that you or them gonna take that leap of faith, follow your heart, and go after what you know is good and true for you. It may be to take this, go back to your family, go back to your community, go back to your living community or your working community. Hell, it could be all of them, as far as I'm concerned. So we're gonna see what type of feminine and masculine energies you're going to be working with through this 3.5 cycle. Because I know y'all don't like Mercury retrograde. And although I've become very familiar with it, I still have my points, but I'm quickly reminded of the blessing. That's just where you have to get. You know what I'm saying? At some point you will. You just got to keep working with it. It's not an overnight process, okay? Awareness can be just as intense as not knowing. Okay. So let's find out how you're going to be rolling during this period, because you will need that patience. Feminine energy is going to be worked out of the spinal, okay? Like kind of like a little piece of candy, doesn't it? Okay, and it is related to the 8 of coins, so we are definitely dealing with hard work. The masculine energy, you're going to be working out of topaz. Isn't that beautiful? Look at that topaz. He must be beautiful, huh? And you're going to be working, oh, didn't I say that? The Queen of Wands, very attractive energy. Okay, why is it on the masculine side, though? Now, masculines can be sexy now. Y'all know this? Okay. Let's go ahead and see what it be like for you right now. Don't blame me. I was given this world. I didn't make it. Okay? 8 of coins. Definitely hard work going on here. So, in the feminine energies, the spinal will stimulate the faculty of imagination, creativity, and willpower. You'll be taking a lot of willpower, to take that leap of faith, We learn to accept ourselves as we are and dare to tackle new challenges. So maybe that's the wake-up call. There's a song, matter of fact, that I listen to on my playlist. And the girl in the song, let me get it right. She says, how does it go? I can't get it right now, but whatever it is, the song goes where she kind of gets upset with him, telling him that he should never tell her that he's not good enough for her, or not good enough person, because she saw differently. I hope I can remember that song next time I talk to y'all. It will really fit this right here. We learn to accept ourselves as we are and dare to tackle new challenges. Okay? So maybe you may be able to see you for who you are. Working with this stone will become more knowing and purposeful. If you get your spinal, become more knowing and more purposeful in your creativity. Okay? It's in the upright, so you'll be dealing with cleverness, conscientiousness, learning, beginning, getting started, getting the energy and the will to start, and learning, beginning, and skill, success and ability, taking charge of your own destiny. Isn't that beautiful? Taking charge of your own destiny. It may mean going back to this job and going back to this family, which could definitely be major support for you if you are a creative. Now, for the Queen of Wands energy, and that's on our masculine side. Now, feminines and masculines can be in either energy. So when you're in your masculine energy during this period, you'll be adopting the Queen of Wands energy. Its golden rays bring more light, joy, and sunny ideas into our lives. It inspires us to loftier thoughts, liberates the soul, and intensifies concentration. Okay, it's in the upright position, so you'll be dealing with the joy of living, charisma, honor, love, sincerity, strength of character, likable person, and success. I feel like you're going to get some help. Didn't I say something about some support? Now, from or to the masculine. Okay, this sounds like you're going to get some support. So get that topaz. Okay, if this sounds like something you could really use to liven up your energy, okay, it does help you with your creative process, okay, and it gives you the joy of living. So it may take this stone to give you the courage to take that leap of faith and rethink join, okay, the family, the community, okay? Yeah. So let's go ahead and give you a written word of advice, and then we're going to leave it here, all right? Written word of advice for our earthlings, for our earth seeds, for this Mercury retrograde cycle. What is the word of advice for our earthlings, our earth seeds, Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn for this Mercury retrograde? Oh, listen, I don't know what's going on. And there may be that realization here about this right here. I lose my temper, but it's all over in a minute, said a student. So is the hydrogen bomb, I replied, but think of the damage it produces. Ooh, that could have came out of this right here. And I'm going to leave it here for you to contemplate. Good luck on your Mercury retrograde cycle. I'll be seeing you, heaven's will, for the September month. Peace.